So there I am, get in this room. They put this mask on me and they start explaining what's going to happen. And I fell asleep before they gave me anything. The gas and air knocked me out, apparently. 1 to 2 pumps. Apply on clean, hydrated skin around the eye area.
We've got clean
by gently massaging in.
Which eye? Brown eye?
We've been hanging out all day. 1 to 2 pumps is far more than we've managed. Can you take that off me? That's like the first bit. It's the worst bit. I really don't like that bit. It's got the, you know, in custard where it's got the film on the top. It's on my sock.
Yeah, go on.
1 pump, 2 pump.
But you have to put it in your eye. It's not below. It's in the eye.
Oh, it does make you feel awake.
Does it?
Oh yeah. Wake up.
I feel like we might need this actually.
Davey actually uses this.
Yeah, Davey. I always know he always puts it on, doesn't he?
Oh, I always knew it'd be one of them.
Look, I do look young.
Is this recording? Oh, great.
The thing is, we've done this right because we've actually just got out of the sauna.
That's the truth.
That is the truth.
We've just been for a sauna.
Yeah.
Hey,
I tell you what.
Let's snap that thing.
Let's get your microphone set up. It's two fingers underneath your nose. Can you do it, please?
I'm not doing that.
Please do that. All of the guests do it as well. Yeah.
Do you have to readjust the audio now?
No, it's just 2 fingers.
I've done it.
Good. And again?
I'll walk out.
In slow motion. Doug, can we get it in slow motion? Yeah, I'll do your intro. I like this pace. I'll be honest, I like this pace. I've been with you all day. We were worried about not having anything to talk about. But I like this pace. I can sit into this pace.
And we've spoke about a lot today.
We have. We've covered most things. But I really like... I also would listen to a podcast that was this sort of like... This much silence.
You're right, mate. Yeah.
Would you or not?
Well, I've got what's the word? Rejuvenated eyes now, so I'm actually good to go.
Are you firing on all cylinders?
The 1 pump was good. The second pump was...
It's off and away. Dude, it's off and away. Can we use that as the quote for the episode? Mm-hmm. 1 pump. What was it again? 1 pump was 2 pumps. Welcome to the show. Jono Jones. Round of applause, please.
I must commend the podcast before we start.
Go on.
The first one I ever did was from my bed in
Yeah.
COVID. Do you remember I had that mustache that I was growing?
Yes.
Won't do that again. But then the second one was still from... I was at my mum and dad's house and it was another bed in the house. And now look.
Yeah, that's true. We done
special setup. It's
it is
very
good,
impressive.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It is good. It is
So
good.
Congrats.
What do you think about it being in person?
Better. There
Is it
are
better?
other people here. Do we address the fact that you guys are here?
No, don't.
We do now.
Pretend they're not. Dude, come on.
So there's actually an audience behind the
We've got
camera.
a live audience.
Yeah, it's 50 or 60 people. It was sold as a comedy show and with a bit of a football twist.
Oh, it'd be imagine doing this in front of like...
People do. Podcasters do that. The big
I know,
podcasts.
but like... Yeah, but they're good. They're good at it anyway. They're good at being in front of a big crowd.
They do a lot of eye pumps, don't they?
Have you ever done...
Can you feel that fizzing, by the way, around your eyes?
No, I can just feel it rejuvenating.
How
do you say it?
I think it's a J.
Rejuvenating? Rejuvenating. I don't know how you say it.
Keep trying.
Reju.
There's
No,
a name
I
of
don't
a
know.
motorbike. There's a motorbike called a Reju.
I tell you what I do with George is I constantly say words a bit wrong to try and get it into her head that the word is a bit wrong. Example, advocado. I just say advocado. I know it's avocado, but I'll say advocado. And I say it over and over again. I gently introduce it. We can address it between us. It doesn't matter, but I keep going until she says avocado because it does wear off, that kind of thing. Anyway.
And then you've won.
Okay, so she's a vet.
You get her name wrong quite a lot as well.
She's a vet, right? Right, so she's a vet and I added... instead of ovaries, I did ovaries. And I've done it enough times that she said it at her work. Imagine how terrifying that'd be.
Came and reported that to you?
Like your dog your lovely dog is about to go under to have its ovaries removed, and the vet who's going to be doing it says ovaries.
Yeah.
That'd be a worry, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a worry.
Yeah. Have you ever met a surgeon that's done work on you?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
What was the scenario? I've only had, just when you say about a vet, I've only had one operation, but I don't know who did it.
Was it like a whodunit?
Yeah. And there was like a lineup after which one of these did it.
Was it like in a castle and the lights went out? When you woke up, you had micro penis surgery.
Still waiting for that, actually.
No, I have met. Obviously, I met him in the pre-thingy, the pre-meeting, pre-op.
Yeah,
pre-op. And then afterwards, I saw him in normal everyday life, and he had sports car top down, and I was like, yeah. And it was the guy who did my nose surgery.
God, did they fire him? We actually had nose surgery. Two nose jobs, dude. Yeah. Why?
Hollywood, innit? Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose so. Why have you had them?
I couldn't breathe. My brother's had one as well now. The Wilkins just got weak noses and we smash our heads into.
Why don't you just use your mouth?
Is that your techers? Oh, beer.
It's not actually.
What is it?
Apple juice.
Is it apple juice?
Yeah.
Right.
The last one we did, I was drinking gin, wasn't I? Regretted it.
Oh, at home, yeah.
I always get nervous for them, so I was like, ooh.
See, I think you're someone who'd say they're nervous and then you're not really nervous.
Really nervous.
I don't think you're nervous. I think you're rarely nervous, or if you are nervous, I think you're like low-level nerves. I don't think you're ever really that nervous.
You're making me nervous.
Is that making you nervous?
No, I'm good.
You were nervous.
It's good to be here.
You said you were nervous earlier. So we spent the whole day together, and by the time this podcast comes out, probably I don't know how quickly you edit your YouTubes.
6 to 7 months.
Let's just talk about it.
It was a big day. It's slow. Deeks, by the way, went and did a Forest Dean race at the weekend.
Dude.
His vlog was online before I got home. He went to the first service station.
He is fast.
Throws it together and then rang me to say, "It's up, mate."
He's getting Starlink on his Ali G van, apparently, I've heard.
Really?
So he can
We
upload
saw
from
Starlink
anywhere.
in Slovenia, didn't we?
Oh, mate, how... That
incredible.
was mad.
I didn't know what it was. Can we talk about it?
Yeah. I don't think it's classified information.
Because they made us sign that NDA, didn't they?
I actually... Yeah. I was on the phone, and I actually had to cancel the phone. I had to be like, I'll call you back in a minute. And...
You rang me.
And I rang you because you were inside.
Yeah.
I was like, Jono, come outside. Jono, come outside. Jono. Wasn't I? I was actually... Because I didn't know it was Starlink at the time, so I thought I was seeing UFOs, and I thought...
I did. Because neither of us knew, and we came out, and there was a perfect line of shining bright white lights, wasn't there? Absolutely perfect in line, moving across the sky pretty quick.
Yeah.
What, 9 or 10 of them?
And it looked like... I don't know if this is stupid, but it looked like it came straight at us and over the top of us and then disappeared.
But then disappeared just about over the top of us, but you think it'd still see us. There's no clouds. So on Google we went.
Yeah.
And Starlink.
And it was Starlink.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but then why don't we see it all the time? Why did we only see that then?
I think it's when they're in low orbit or when they're... Oh, it's only launching.
Oh, they just launched them.
Do you know what? I find it fascinating that there's all that stuff just bombing around the Earth.
Flying.
It's like, I bet there'll be a period where we're like, it's a form of littering almost, you know? As we become more in space.
That is a problem. Have you heard about space-based solar?
No, what's that?
I was reading about this. They want to make solar panels to go in space. Because you can collect a lot more solar energy.
Makes a lot of sense.
And then beam it to Earth through microwaves. So they'll capture the solar, convert it to microwaves, beam it to Earth, and you need like I think it's like, it'll be a dish not far off the size of like heart of London.
Mate,
to capture it,
a tin foil
and then they flip it back.
If they start doing that, people are not.
No, that's why you wear that hat, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd say it's helping.
You reckon? Yeah. It's for sure shrunk. It's so tiny.
We've still got sauna hair.
You have.
No, we both do. I was first out the sauna every time, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a man test, isn't it? And I lost that one.
Sauna is a bit, isn't it?
No one talks about it, but I want to talk about it.
I sometimes... What do you want to talk about?
Sauna.
The sauna. I really like the sauna.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't? Why
but
not?
It annoys me that I don't like it because I know it's like a test. And everyone in there is thinking, I'm not getting out after him or whatever.
I never feel that way. I never feel any kind of competitiveness ever with anyone I'm with or anything like that. It's only when you get the people swanning in. And they swan in and they've got like some sort of like sauna wear, like a special sauna hat, or they've got like
what's a sauna
different
hat?
oils. You can get sauna hats, they're funny like toweled hats. Basically, if someone swans in and they're a bit like, step aside, I'm the sauna boss. You know what I mean? Like the barbecue boss, but the sauna boss. Are you a barbecue boss? I'm not either.
Sauna boss.
There's a sauna boss. And if that happens, it doesn't matter if I've already done 20 minutes, I will stay in there until I win.
Until he goes, or she. Mm-hmm. No, you did beat me, but I was wearing salopettes and a ski coat, wasn't I?
It was. It wasn't a competition between us. It wasn't.
I lost.
You're just sort of more of like the bottom step guy, aren't you? In the sauna.
Third.
Have I told you about my sauna experience in Germany? Have I talked about that? Right, I get that there's like cultural differences, and I know that the sauna culture is something, right?
Nakedness.
Yeah. Okay, so I've gone in the hotel sauna. This to me was absolutely insane, by the way. How this was normal. So I was in a sauna and I join in, so I was naked with a towel on, okay? Because they don't want you to have your clothes in the sauna, right?
Yeah.
For hygiene reasons. So I've gone in there and I've got the towel on. Guy comes in, there's a weird amount of eye contact. When he comes in, it's like an aggressive eye contact. He's done. So
Show me now.
He swans in.
Do it to me.
Like that.
All right.
But it's through the door. It's not a greeting.
So you think he fancies
you? It's a lingering stare. I don't think he
fancies
me. I don't think he fancies me. I think he's
you
just...
did the eyes wrong.
He's like, look how naked I am. You know what I mean? I'm naked. Acknowledge that I'm naked. Don't leave the eyes. Don't leave the eyes. You're not going to look. Will you look? You can look. Don't look. And I think it's like that. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Okay. And then it's an L-shaped sauna. So there's one seat where I am.
Yeah.
And then the long bench.
Ah.
He's gone on his back. I mean, I could touch his bumhole. I didn't, but I could have done from where I was sat. I just thought it was insane. He curled his legs up and it was just there. Like, he could have just sat like a normal person, but he lay towards me, like with it on display. Can you explain that?
He walked in, looked at you, and just weighed it up, and he knew what you wanted.
That's what he. So it was.
I just think he's a good judge of character, Ollie.
What would you do?
That's why I kept getting out before you today. Threatened.
Yeah, well, I just repeated the behaviour that I'd seen in the sauna.
Mm. God, I didn't think we'd talk about saunas today, but we have just been in one.
What's wrong with sauna?
People put smelly stuff on them, don't they, as well? In fact, that last time I did it with you, they did that, like lavender.
Yeah, like Albus oil.
Oh.
And lavender, you're right, yeah. Eucalyptus. Do you like that or not?
Yeah.
Do you like saunas at all?
No.
Okay. Why did you want to go to one so bad today?
To talk and have deep chats.
You were the sauna instigator.
Yeah, it's because I just do it when we're down here. It's quite a nice gym you go to.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
Loaded.
It is a nice gym. Doug?
It is a nice gym.
Do you go as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone goes.
No, it's a nice one.
So we do it here.
Free towels as well. I kept mine.
Did you actually?
No.
Should have done.
Charge you a quid.
What? Where? We've gone really tangenty
What
already.
are we talking about? Operations. When I had my operation on my jaw, like I said, I didn't meet the surgeon, but someone just came to get me. But it was quite a quick one. It was an open fracture, so they had to go in and do it soon. It wasn't like a wait around. And you'll be familiar with this, but they wheel you off to the little room where they give you the anaesthetic. And I'd spoke to my brother on the phone before because he'd had a few operations and I was like nervous about it. And I said, what happens? He said, oh, they'll put this stuff into you. They'll count you back from 10. You won't make 0. And then you'll be asleep. And I said, well, I will make 0. It's like, you won't, Jono. I was like, did you? He's like, no. It's like, I'll make it. There's no way, like, that'll get me.
What, so you were fighting it?
So I was like, I'm just going to, like, surely if you're, like, concentrating enough, it won't get you.
But you can't
Naive.
Can you fight it?
I wanted to beat Matt. So there I am, get in this room. They put this mask on me and they start explaining what's going to happen. And I fell asleep before they gave me anything. The gas and air knocked me out, apparently.
Were you fighting it or not even?
I didn't get to that point. I was like so het up about it all. But it's your face. You have an operation on your face. It's well weird.
In it?
Yeah.
For sure. Right,
Bren had really gnarly ones, didn't he? With his,
loads, yeah.
But like on top lip stuff. Not
Yeah.
top lip, but that part of
Bringing
your
it
jaw's actually
forwards.
your skull, isn't it? This is like it's a bit on the bottom.
I know my one's lame compared to your one, and Bren's one, but it is where your picture of you is. So if that like hurts, if your wrist hurts, it's like that's
It's away.
my wrist. Whereas that in there is you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like it's like where all of the monkeys with symbols are all in there, aren't they?
Mm.
So it's you.
Yeah. Right in the middle. It is.
Yeah. So any of the
Yeah,
pain,
nose is
if it's like
scary.
constant pain, it's just
Have you ever broken your nose?
yeah. This is the problem. I broke it a lot of times.
Oh, that's where this breathing
Yeah.
things come from.
Yeah.
And your brother's broken his as well.
Yeah, this is a problem. Yeah. So we bumped into my
Each
brother
other,
earlier, didn't
bang.
we? Yeah. We bumped into
Yeah,
each
we
other.
did, and it made us feel like losers. For
It did.
context,
Can you explain why?
so Ollie and I today went and did the Canyon Gap that we did in British Pie, a slice of British Pie, the Tommy C film. Was it Tommy C's film?
Oh, yeah, we've had some good times, haven't we?
That was some of the best
Yeah.
times. But on a really soaking day, Ollie had built a canyon gap in his local woods, and we passed through it while we were filming, didn't we? And I tried it twice and failed both times.
And bear in
I don't
mind,
think
they're
anyone
like
else
a
tried
year,
it,
They're
did
like
they?
a year apart, aren't they?
Are they two separate ones?
Dude, yes.
I thought
That's
it was
what
the
I
same
mean.
day.
No, they're two separate kits. I swear. First one, I think you're on Saracen. Am I wrong? That's two different. Yeah, that's 2 different days. 100%.
No, disagree. We've done 2 slice of British pies, but that was same
Oh, was
same
it?
episode. Because I remember the time before we had a really good film sesh, and then I remember we were going through there, and you were like, oh, I built this jump, but it won't be on, it's too soppy. Do you remember I was like, I haven't done anything today? And I was like, woo, I hadn't done anything like cool or gnarly on video. So I was like, do you mind if we just sort of go via there? Got there and it was just horribly gopping wet, wasn't it? The lip was all stodgy.
Oh, it was awful. Yeah, it was awful. I mean,
Um,
it was literally. It was like a kamikaze mission, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like
We
you
knew
weren't.
what was going to happen.
Yeah, but
And it
you
happened.
were up for it.
Yeah, but I
Why-
had flat pedals on, hit the lip the first time, G'd out, sumped into it and lost all my speed and had to jump off, but didn't even
No.
get over the precipice of the other side, did I?
No.
Went again faster and jumped off mid-air because it
Are
bucked
you
me.
sure that's not 2 different occasions?
No, same day.
You think you got up and went again?
Yeah,
Because you stopped like literally dead. Like,
on the back. But that's why I
Yeah.
went faster the second time, but still
What-
got bucked.
can you explain what your motivations were at that stage in life? Like, why you pushed up the hill and you knew that you weren't going to make the gap and you wanted to do it anyway?
It's showing off, isn't it? Okay, whatever answer I give, everyone will be like, well, it's showing off. And you knew it when asking that question.
Yeah.
There's a reason you didn't push up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but
It could have worked.
I want it, but you.
In fact, it could have worked if I'd... Third time. But we went there today.
Yeah.
5 years on. And it was to make a YouTube video, wasn't it?
Was.
Of jump,
Yeah.
of like... What, yeah, I don't know what we'd call it. Return to sender. That's what we said it would be.
So, is making a YouTube video always as fun as today has been?
To
me,
most of my ones are just like coincide with bike park trips or races or
Yeah,
events. So they're fine. And I remember actually on the last podcast we spoke about YouTube because I wasn't doing it at the time, and I just said, well, I don't mind being on other people's because I'm there anyway. So it's nice to have a method of making them. I actually really like making them and editing them, but it's not a standalone purposeful visit to a place. It's like, well, I'm going there anyway, I'll make one.
The reason I asked
today was YouTube specific. It was like, let's make one on this jump. And we sort of laughed about it. We said, once we had a good day, we're like, the reason we went there is to make that video.
Exactly,
and we wouldn't have gone without it.
It made today,
which is
didn't
true.
it?
Yeah. And it was successful. We both jumped it. Ollie actually went up and did it without even having a run in, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's
Went
unfair.
first.
I've done it before, haven't I? And
Yeah, but you did it. You actually overshot it by a lot,
I did, yeah.
which I'd never seen before. I'd never seen it jumped until then.
No, of course you haven't. I swear that you went back on 2 different bikes because I think there's...
Saracen and DMR.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. I'll show you. But then it all went well. We even did a training together, didn't we? I followed you, which was really cool.
Yeah, that was good. I look forward to looking at the footage, actually.
Yeah. But then we left and bumped into your brother on the road.
Yeah.
On the way out, like buzzing, full of happiness. We went and achieved what we wanted to do, did a big jump that we were scared of, or I certainly was. And he just said, all right, boys, out on a cycling ride. Didn't he?
Yeah.
We thought, ooh.
And he's with a girl.
Yeah. And
He's with a girl that we didn't know.
Yeah.
So we were like on good behaviour.
We said, yeah, we are actually, thank you. Yeah, nice to see you too. What are you doing? Oh, we're out for a walk. So what are you doing today then? We're like, oh. And then it sort of started getting weird, didn't it? We're making a YouTube video.
Yeah, because
Felt a bit sucky. He's like, oh, are you? Cool. And then she was like, uninterested. What are you doing later then? Oh, editing the YouTube video. Oh, right, nice. What else? Recording a podcast. And you can see this girl thinking, they just love themselves.
Yeah, yeah. It was.
And then the whole walk and ride back, we were like...
And then we got in your van, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Rang her. All right, Chloe, how you doing? She's like, yeah. So did you do your jump then?
Oh, there was something so tragic about it. We
burst out laughing because Henry, your brother, had like wounded us a little bit with our cycling ride.
Yeah.
And then did you do your jump then?
Yeah, it's
going
like,
off. This is like probably uninteresting for people, but for us it was quite significant. I thought.
Just like it
we felt like
highlighted
heroes leaving the woods, and then we felt like
what it is.
These niche little losers that do such weird things.
It just felt a bit tragic, and I think it felt a bit what it actually is, which is like 2 guys and on a run up, a bit nervous and like, oh, can you film me? I hope this goes well. Just in some woods. Like there's no people around, just in some woods.
Wasn't a soul, yeah.
And it's so dangerous as well. There's like a slippery takeoff.
It's a really gnarly jump.
Yeah, it's a slippery takeoff, probably 30 miles an hour? Yeah. Probably 30 miles an hour, and then there's a tree either side, so it's just like pointless danger. It's
jumping through a gap.
Yeah, jumping through a gap.
And it was really muddy. Look at us justifying our actions.
Tragic. But, everything about it's tragic, really, yeah.
It was the aftermath. Henry was like so uninterested in what had made a great day for us. Chloe really uninterested in what we'd done. I don't know where this is going, but
no, well, I think it is.
Big deal for us.
Funny, isn't it?
It must be like that with any passion or sport.
Yeah. And like Henry actually...
What would you say to a snooker player?
Yeah. He actually does get it as well.
You pot the red, did you? Pot those reds?
Good game.
They'd be like, got 147, mate.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Yeah.
Is that...
All right.
But then what's the point in anything, dude? Really, ultimately.
Oh, Ollie, perk up.
But really, like, you can't... I don't know. It'd be nice if... What's an example of, like...
We just laughed a lot about that, though, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because it's a big deal for us. The canyon leap. How many times have you done it?
I've done it quite a few. But not those conditions are awful. I felt when we were... On the last run we did, when we followed each other in to get GOE footage, I could feel why it was dangerous and why. Because there's...
Just unsettled.
Yeah, all the way up the takeoff, and it's quite fast. I could feel there was no nothing. It's like that ground. If you tried to walk on it, you couldn't walk on it. Like we both fell over.
Yeah.
Loads of times just pushing our bikes up. And when we last did it, I was really conscious to keep my bike dead vertical. So
you don't push in when it's
because if you push in
twisted,
and you're like
cambered or
turning, then you can slide. And then I was imagining hitting the trees, which actually you got really close to. Are we spoiler alert? Should we do spoiler alert on your video? We've already spoiled it, haven't we?
I don't mind.
We talked about that. Like, does it even matter? If you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it, right?
Yeah. No, we did a good job.
Do you watch YouTube?
I watch ones about wind farms. What else have I been watching recently?
Why do you watch ones about wind farms?
Because I look at that at work now. I want to learn more about wind farms.
Why do you need to learn about wind farms at work?
Because my job's like to help finance wind farm or solar or renewable energy projects.
So that's very clever. But then your job is also
doing the jump.
Yeah. Yeah, can you explain that? What do you think of like if you're researching wind farms and you're talking about financing these huge projects, what do you think of the mountain bike side of your job? Do you think of it as like a remnant of your childhood? Do you know what I mean?
The thing I'm hanging on to.
No, well, I don't think you're hanging on to it. You're doing a good job. I just mean
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know. It just seems very different.
Yeah. That's great. I wouldn't have it any other way. They complement each other to me personally because they're so extremely different.
Yeah.
I definitely did just do biking at one point and wanted to. And then I did just do work at one point actually, or at least studying in university. But to do them both is great. Yeah. One without the other would be strange now. A lot of people say that, like, why don't you just do biking and YouTube and things like that? But I did for a couple of years. Not YouTube, but did just race.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. Some of the best years of my life, but it was... just a lot of the time you look around and there's a lot of people that were a few years older that were still really trying, and this is probably a pessimistic outlook. We've spoken about this before, haven't we? But I didn't want to keep trying to make it to, well, ultimately to be really good at World Cup racing, and then miss other opportunities if it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not pessimistic, is it? But it's like...
No, it's not.
There's probably there could have been other opportunities if I didn't do that, but the position I'm in now, I wouldn't change anything.
From the outside,
I still get to do
both. It seems good from the outside, yeah.
Really lucky now. Yeah.
Does it...
we made you do your first race this year, didn't we? Not first race, but for so long.
Yeah, first race for
which we tricked you into.
Yeah. Pretty sure... fastest time of the day. I can't remember. Oh, we didn't stay till the end.
In case we found out the times.
Our next partner is AG1, the daily foundational nutrition supplement that supports whole body health. I drink it literally every single day.
Same. I drink it literally every day as well.
And I have since they've become a sponsor of the podcast.
Yeah, man. And some say...
And a bit before.
Yeah, a little bit before as well. We did a little bit of a test, didn't we?
Yeah.
Some people have said that the podcast wouldn't be what it is without us being optimized, nutritionally sound, and just genuinely feeling better.
Dude, absolutely.
I think that's probably true.
I tell you the biggest thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have all of these little pots and little boxes and powders and all of these different little vitamins and minerals and stuff and supplements.
Yeah.
I would take, and it would take me ages to get them all out of their little twisty bottles and their pipettes and their little tiny things.
Like Pac-Man in the kitchen.
And every day I had to do that.
Yeah, it's too much, man.
Dude, it's too much. Now I get up, I have my AG1.
Super easy as well, isn't it? Whether you're using a scoop out of the tin or you're using a travel pack. Shall I do a quick AG1 just to show you how easy it is?
Show how easy it is to cover all your nutritional bases, dude.
Okay. Here we go.
This is when it starts getting really good for audio listeners, isn't it? Because
really good for audio listeners.
Shall I explain what you're doing?
Yes, please.
Davey's just taken one of the travel packs. which we'll get more onto later on. He's tipping it actually not even into his shaker. He's just doing it into a glass because he doesn't even have his shaker with him because he used it at home this morning. So he's now, right, he's just, okay. This is a remix, dude. This is a remix.
Okay.
Can you explain the remix?
Yeah, okay. Some people choose to use water. Tap water is absolutely fine. Just some of that. We got some of that. You know, you can pour a little bit of water in there like this.
Yeah, okay. He's pouring the water. Yeah, he's pouring
What I like to do, though, Ollie, is I like to use coconut water. It's ever so tasty, and it's even better if it has a yellow sticker on it.
There you go.
So yeah, so I'm going to put some coconut water into this.
Right. I'm going to go through some facts whilst you're mixing that up. AG1 replaces your multivitamin, probiotic, and more in one simple, drinkable habit. Science-driven formulation of vitamins, probiotics, and whole food source nutrients. AG1 is raising the standard for quality in the supplement category. It helps you build your health foundation first. And you probably can hear Davey stirring that up right now.
Yeah, it's stirred, mate. It's ready to go. And that's it. It's as simple as that, dude. You literally put your packet in or your scoop, a little bit of water or coconut water if you choose to, and then you know you're going to be nutritionally sound throughout the day. Okay? I'm just going to have a quick swig.
Have a swig.
All right.
Can you hear him? He's enjoying it. In case you're not watching, he is enjoying it. Covering his nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why Davey trusts AG1. Isn't that right?
That's correct, dude. So, if a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D or vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase.
Pretty good.
Go to drinkag1.com/ride companion. That is
drinkag1.com/ride companion.
Okay, that's drinkag1.com/ride companion. And right there, you will find out how to get your free travel packs, free vitamin D, delivered to your door, nutritionally sound, ready to be optimized, ready to kick ass in the world. It's as easy as that. All the details are in the show description. So what are you waiting for? Support the podcast and get involved.
All right. Thanks, AG1.
Thanks, AG1.
Yeah.
We're going to do a mystery tour next year.
Oh, I've loved the mystery tours. I actually have really loved the mystery tours. They were good, weren't they?
They're stepping up and up and up.
Well, we've
done 2. Did we do 2?
Yeah, we've only done 2. We've done
Cornwall and Wales, which was mine, treat for you. Then you stepped up to Slovenia.
But Cornwall and Wales was like proof of concept, wasn't it?
And we proved it.
I really like the idea of, the ideal for the mystery tour. This is let's do ideal Goodyear mystery tour. Netflix picks it up, and then we
go on Starlink.
They put the mystery tour together, and then we experience it together. Do you think? I think that'd be
more fun. They organise it for both of us.
Yeah. So they send us on a mystery tour with mystery guests, and then we experience it. I mean, it's literally, what's the point in this? It's literally just naming the dream trip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be quite fun though, wouldn't it?
What would be a dream mountain bike trip? Dream mountain bike trip.
It's difficult.
I know you're a big fan of like alternative foods and cultures and things like that.
Yeah.
But if it was,
I like travelling. I feel like that is just going around, isn't it? Like, I don't know.
Could you get a massive buzz out of a really quirky location where the riding wasn't so good?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew you'd say that. Yeah.
I think we're the same in that respect. Yeah. Like what I think it doesn't have to be is Whistler A-Line for me to enjoy it.
Yeah. If it was terrible, you'd think, why have I even got my bike? There's more to do here.
What's the most terrible trip?
It
feels such a wasted opportunity when you have a trip and it's terrible. What's your most terrible trip location? Oh. I've got mine straight, ready to go.
Tell me yours so I can think. Terrible trip location.
I've got
the one that I've actually done.
As in for riding?
That I've done?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
You've always done good ones, yeah.
They're often races, though. So you're turning up to a venue that lots of other people are also attending. It's not going to be rubbish.
I did one with Blake and Dan Milner, the photographer.
Mm.
And it was when you'd shoot like magazine articles, and it was in Croatia. It was with the tourist board, and we went Hear how good this sounds. Island hopping on a luxury yacht. And
I've never heard about this.
you go onto the island, you ride across it, and then you get back on your yacht. So you stay the night on the yacht every day, and you mountain bike across islands. I mean, how good does that sound? It sounds unbelievably
not
good.
be?
Honestly, the trip was really good. I'm not saying that, but the riding was just on fire roads. So, and you start...
you're like commuting back to the yacht each day.
Yeah, it was just like we just like not misread. They didn't, like, I think with tourist boards, they don't necessarily understand mountain biking. So, that is mountain biking for a lot of people. But subsequently, you had like me, Blake and Dan, and we're trying to shoot an article, and we're just on fire roads with big rocks. Like, it was actually hard to ride along the fire roads, and it's just uphill, downhill, and then you're back to the boat, and you're a bit like a boat. I'm not sure it's for me. It's a bit, you get a bit trapped, right?
Yeah. Was it like a power one or a sail one?
Sail one. It was very cool.
Yeah. How many days?
I sound awful, don't I? I sound really... I guess what it was that it was...
I don't think you do. Because you had an idea in your head that was like, it's going to be like this.
Mate, yeah. I think also you can't just do the trip and not have output if you're doing it for a tourist board.
Like you were defending the objective that you're there for.
And it was when I was riding for DMR, but I was full time at DMR, so it was like time at the office that they had to have a magazine article from. So you can't just make a magazine article if you sat down pedaling on a fire road. So it made it like I had that feeling of guilt the whole time, and obviously I wanted to do like good riding. I was with Blake and with Dan, so that is my number one, and I'm still grateful for the trip. It was still really cool, and it was rad being in a... do you know what
Can I tell you a story about Blake?
Please. Remember,
I don't know what your story's going to be that I interrupted.
Yeah, no, go on.
But
Blake's
I don't know Blake that well, but he went well enough, but not like you or my brother would. But at Mega Avalanche quite a few years ago, he was with GMBN at this point, so it can't have been that long ago.
Yeah,
he set up a GoPro in front of a foxhole. Have you heard this? Like, set it up, and there's this fox that they saw coming in and out or something. So they set this GoPro up and hoped it would come out. I don't know if they were trying to like tease it out with some food or something. And they watched the fox come out, grab the GoPro, and take it straight down its hole. Have you ever heard this? And then they're like, imagine how good the footage would be, but they could never, ever retrieve it.
So it's still down there?
Yeah, it will be.
Didn't Blake go back to try and get it?
Oh, I don't know. Nowadays, you'd be able to Wi-Fi into it and like, you wouldn't get it back, but you at least download stuff.
I'd have got dynamite and just chucked it down there, or like a load of petrol. I wouldn't have. That was a joke. I love the idea of the fox with the GoPro.
I do, but like actually using it with its family.
Yeah, I imagine it as like a TV.
Yeah, gonna go and do the Via Ferrata, guys.
It's just a TV, and they're all watching Blake.
Oh, they use
really entertained. Yeah, it's just because it's actually like a mini Fox telly, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what they were first designed for, GoPros.
Yeah, they actually designed them for foxes as TVs, didn't they?
No, they never got bought.
No.
Do you watch telly? Do you watch I'm a Celebrity?
Do you?
No, well, so nah. Yeah. It's on at the moment. It's really good.
Can you explain what happens in it? I know what happens in I'm a Celebrity. I was thinking it was the ice dancing one, because I don't know really. Is it I'm a Celebrity go ice dancing?
The Jungle.
Yes, that's the one. So they eat worms and stuff.
Yeah.
Do they still do that, or is it 2023?
Yeah, no, they eat like blended balls, willies and stuff.
Do they?
Not said willy in a long time. Yeah.
How do you feel about saying willy?
Felt good.
First time in a long time. So what about the I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here appeals to you? You're not the controller, are you?
Such a dead topic.
Yeah, but you're not the controller, are you? You don't put it on. No.
I actually would. It's good.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah. This time, well, I haven't watched it many times. They all just get on. It's like nice watching. Yeah. I think there's quite a lot of like beef or arguments and things, but they all just like actually get on. It's like watching a happy family.
Is it? That's not
Yeah.
that's not the aim though, is it?
No, I think they want it to be like horrendous.
That's what I'd want it. Not
Yeah.
horrendous, but like I'd want like the Nasty Nick. Do you remember Nasty Nick from Big Brother?
No.
He was like the demon headmaster.
What would be your equivalent of the jungle? Like,
What, something that would scare me?
no, it's just like hell on earth. I know that it's not necessarily for them, but it can't be great. Would it be hot or cold? What's worse? Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Ooh, I'd rather be. Oh, I don't know, because if it's prolonged, either or are the worst, aren't they? Like a bit too hot or a bit too cold is after. It's fine for a bit. I can put up with it, but after a while, it's boring, isn't it? Being
Yeah.
too cold is really boring.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been too cold quite a lot in my life.
Why?
Just cold houses. Always had cold
Oh.
houses. Some people have such warm houses, eh? What temperature do you put your house to?
Single glazing, it has been up to now, so it's always pretty cold. Or it's really hot in the summer.
And up until now, where you got
the double glazing. Went in this week.
Do you feel like I feel like my house is insulated since it's been insulated?
Really?
Yeah, but don't feel anything. But it's like what I tell myself to make the extortionate amount of money I've spent on it a bit less.
Yeah, but you're a builder. Now you're doing it.
A bit. I'm not
Ollie
a
would
builder.
be very, very modest here, but he's a resourceful man.
I'm bad at it.
No, you're
I'm
not.
bad, poor finish. I've got a collection of pictures that we can put on that would show how bad I am.
To just be more modest. It's good, and he's really good. And he knows what he's doing. I don't.
Well, you've got new windows.
Yeah, but someone came and put them in. I feel like you probably fitted yours, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Nah, free fitting. Got to do free fitting. Hey, it wasn't my.
How'd you get
It
that?
wasn't
'Cause
my
you nicked
mate,
them,
was
didn't
it?
You?
You what?
You nicked the windows, though, didn't you?
Yeah, big time. Did my friend
no,
come
I
and do
didn't
it?
use him. You told me he was sketchy and then gave me his number.
Yeah. Did you call him though?
No.
Why didn't you
You
call
told
him?
me he was sketchy and then
yeah,
gave me his number.
sketchy's way cheaper. So you're doing your house up to what extent?
It's just 100 years old, so it's like a bit to do. But learning lots.
Oh, I still want you to answer what you put your thermostat to.
I don't have one, I don't think. It's just heating on or off.
Is it?
So we like warm it up till it's okay and then it gets cool quick.
What?
Yeah, yeah. It's just a
Heating on or
switch.
off? But there's not like a temperature gauge anywhere.
No, I haven't seen one. Not been there long. But no, I don't think there is. We have to get that replaced because the heating's terrible.
Full job, is it? Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
stop talking about this.
No, I think it's interesting.
Do we?
Yeah. What do you want to talk about? EWS? EDR?
No.
No, okay. Rotor sizes?
Yes, always 200.
Is it always 200? Apparently.
You run little rear ones. I can see on your bikes. I just don't know why. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want the most powerful brakes that they can get.
Modulation. Big time.
No.
Modulation. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you lock the rear up then a lot?
No, I brake the exact amount that I should brake to get the job done. It was a joke about. I think it's interesting what people have their heating on. I actually think I actually think topics like that are more interesting than rotor sizes.
If it was like a hotel, it'd be like 19.
Would it?
Is that
Okay.
quite cold?
I don't know. I don't think that's crazy hot. I have mine at 15 because I see.
That's nothing.
Yeah, but
It's
I just
colder than
when
the
you go past
sea
the
in
house and you
Cornwall.
see all of the steam come out, does it not just give you like a feeling of? I just feel like the house.
See how in
is
the winter
revving.
when the ones have still got snow on the roof, you're like, oh, they're insulated well.
Yeah, mine keeps snow on the roof.
Is it?
Oh, ice, yeah. But when I see the plumes of smoke, I imagine the house valve bouncing at the traffic lights. Just whereas I like to imagine my house like
Pulling away. Yeah.
No, like a steam engine with a massive flywheel where it just pop, pop, pop. We've got questions for you from Davey.
Who can't be here?
He can't be here. No, we've done this really last minute. We were just going riding and we just thought we'd pop over and sort of ruin Doug and Naomi's Saturday evening.
Probably tells by the lack of flow.
Where are you going to go? I think this is. See, I think this is my. This is good.
Yeah, but you're used to them, so you know, like.
So what would you like to talk about? Would you like to talk about rotor sizes? Because we can.
I thought that's what we were talking about.
Have we already covered it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, come on, let's hear these questions. If one of them's about rotor sizes, it'd be terrific.
No, I want Doug. Were you going to do anything before? Because Jono steamed in. He's like, "Get me on the podcast." He was like really aggressive about it. Yeah, and he gets aggressive when he drinks as well. So I've noticed he's yeah.
I was literally editing the previous episode just before you arrived, so it's okay.
Okay. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. Davey's got some questions because he can't be here, but he's always here, really. He's like the Wizard of Oz. He's looking over the podcast. He has power, ultimate power over it, yeah. If you see me go down like a topic of conversation that he doesn't like, sometimes you'll just notice me twitch, and it's because he's got electric. He's got like a stop button on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Enjoy the elements with the new Adidas FiveTen Trailcross GTX. The all-new FiveTen Trailcross GTX is the first ever flat pedal shoe that features Gore-Tex durably waterproof, breathable technology. You can now ride in rain, mud, sleet and snow, all while keeping your feet dry. If you ride in all conditions, the new Trailcross GTX is the best flat pedal footwear choice on the market. The ankle height shoe has waterproof, breathable upper that renders cold, damp feet a thing of the past. A flexible neoprene hook and loop closure ensures that no debris, water or snow sneaks down your ankles. And the Gore-Tex membrane keeps moisture out whilst preventing sweat buildup on the inside.
The shoe is built on Adidas FiveTen's award-winning Trailcross platform that is dedicated to the idea that mountain bikers need the best interface with the pedal, plus the capability to traverse by foot, scout new lines or hike the steepest shoes. When you add in the elements of mud, water and snow, the Trailcross GTX was born. Mountain bike shoes made in part with recycled materials. The Adidas Trailcross range was built from the ground up with adventurous mountain biking in mind. A Stealth Phantom rubber outsole and dotty tread keep your feet planted on the pedals and ground, while added tread features at the toe and heel offer secure footing for extended exploration off the bike. The 510 Trailcross GTX mountain bike shoe features a high-top design with proven waterproof technology to keep you comfortable and pedaling in all weather conditions. Abrasion-resistant synthetic mesh upper with Gore-Tex membrane, soft-shaped elastane collar wraps ankle and heel, impact-resistant toe box, lightweight EVA midsole, Stealth Phantom rubber outsole. Made with a series of recycled materials, this upper features at least 50% recycled content, like this podcast. This product represents just one of our solutions to help end plastic waste.
Try the Trailcross GTX. Your feet will be happy you did. Right, here's some... See, Davey's really good. Do you know what Davey always does? He turns up to podcasts, he's like, I haven't got any notes. I don't know what I'm going to say. And I actually do normally have notes.
Yeah.
But he always has really good notes, but he just doesn't, he has them in his phone or he has them in his brain. He is really good.
Okay. I believe you.
Riding for his brother's clothing company. What's that like? So let me reframe it. I did it wrong. Jono, what's it like to ride for your brother's clothing company?
I find this easier now being interviewed.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
You'd prefer it like this?
I think it's like we can chat all day, but this is like...
yeah, but I think chatting's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
start
the
again.
interview thing's like...
Okay, I'll start again. Let me do it really interviewy then. So, Jono, tell me what it's like to ride for your brother's clothing company.
Well, Ollie, great question. And first of all, thank you for letting me be here. Helfare Clothing is my brother's clothing company.
Huh.
A terrific brand. Run by, yes, my twin brother, but also a tremendous cycling athlete and then also a great BMXing athlete, Ben Grist. Yeah, it's good. It's cool. It like keeps it in the family, you know. He is a very busy guy, but still manages with Ben to pull together a great portfolio of garments. They've done race kits. When they sponsored me, I was like, can we do a proper race kit? And they have. There's loads of really cool new things coming. But yeah, it's sick. It's his brand. And I'm really proud of him for what he's achieved. And especially with that, him and Ben have done quite a big thing, I think, to bring a brand to market and where there's loads of competition and things. So yeah, I'm proud to wear it.
I think it's mega cool that he's done it as well, and during a time where he would have been able to ride for an established brand. So it takes a bit of like foresight and bravery or guts, doesn't it?
And Ben's really pivotal as well. Like
absolutely.
I'd love to. I wouldn't know the first thing about starting a business. I never have. But like dealing with suppliers and dealing with different people internationally and things like that. You've done merch, haven't you?
Big time, dude.
Yeah.
Big time. See, I've done it. Yeah.
I know, big level, yeah. Those mugs.
Big time, yeah.
And the coasters.
Did you know I've got, this is the next question. Did you know I've got a puzzle available on the DMR merchandise site? Actually.
Is that from you or Davey?
No, I have a puzzle. I just wanted to tell you. Okay. I thought I'd had to frame it as a question because it puts you at
Christmas
ease.
is coming.
Christmas is coming. Get the puzzle. Right, the next question from Davey is, or the topic. Okay, well. So when you're not riding, you're involved in the world of banking. Got any final... Oh, I blew it. So annoyed.
Again.
Okay. So when you're not riding, you're involved in the world of banking. Got any financial tips for us or the listeners?
Don't buy double glazing. That was my recent expense. I'm not good at like the normal everyday finance stuff.
It's just
Davey likes all like crypto and things like that. It's probably a loaded question. But it's just quirky.
You're a gambling man, no way.
Projects.
I've been to Vegas with you, and I feel like you thought you could card count.
I can.
It was like Rain Man, but
lost.
Yeah.
We were there for one night, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
After Rampage.
You reckon you
what
could
year
card
was
count?
that?
Do you think you could card count?
I can't.
But do you think you could if you trained yourself? You've got a powerful brain.
Anyone could if you trained yourself.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know
If
either.
people can, then people can.
I listened to a podcast with David Blaine.
Can he do it?
Yeah, but he uses marked cards in all of his tricks. Actually, he doesn't use them in all of his
UV
tricks.
paint or something with glasses.
Yeah, he talked about marked cards. And they're just really subtle. They're almost like magic eyes. And you can see, it was quite interesting.
I wonder if you could put in contact lenses that show.
Yeah, like Terminator vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be quite good.
I didn't answer the question, did I?
Can't remember what the question was.
I'm not qualified to give advice.
You don't feel you are?
No way.
What about wind farms?
No.
No, it's good when it's windy.
Mm-hmm.
When it gets quiet, that's when you want to sell.
They're amazing, big like offshore wind farms.
Was that good though? What I just said.
I didn't actually hear it. I was
Good
thinking about what
advice.
I was going to say.
Talk about how amazing they are.
Next question.
Can you talk about why they're amazing to you?
They're humongous, and they're in the sea. They do floating wind farms now.
Do they?
Yeah. So the North Sea is really shallow, and it's the seabed's really mapped out from sort of oil exploration and things like that. So they know what the seabed looks like. So offshore winds is shallow enough to stick these great big things in there, right? But off the coast of Ireland, for example, there's loads of wind, but the seabed drops away really fast.
Yeah.
So they've designed floating wind farms now. Some are in operation, and they'll just like anchor them into the floor with cables, and they'll sit on huge platforms. And they just float.
Wow.
Yeah. There's enough wind in the North Sea alone to power all of Europe if you like tapped into it with enough turbines.
The sea would just be packed with turbines, though, right?
Yeah, but yeah, wind will blow.
For me,
well,
as
actually,
a jet
they worry it won't
skier,
forever.
as a jet skier and a big wave surfer, that wouldn't work out for me. I've got more stuff to chat about, which is good. The impact of the viral reel.
Yeah.
The viral reel was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't. What number is it on now? Do you know?
40 million probably.
40.
I think so, yeah.
When I last looked, it was 20 something. 40 million.
How do I look?
I wonder what the most viral reel any mountain biker has ever got. Could be Preston Williams on those 2 turns.
What, did he get a big one?
Yeah, he's had a big one, yeah.
Really?
He's had a few, yeah.
some have had. Oh, Johnny Salido got a massive one, didn't he? Like 90 million or something
Really?
at Dark Fest.
So
Just looking for
right,
it.
so what growth do you experience? Let's say
40 million, yeah.
40 million.
Yeah.
40 million people saw us going down.
They saw you and my handlebars.
They saw
Going down
me
the
and
mine
your
shaft.
handlebars going down a mine shaft
Yeah.
in Slovenia.
But I think imagine seeing that and you're not. Well, not many people are familiar with that trail.
Yeah.
And it is a trail.
Yeah.
But if you're not familiar with it, then it's not a trail. It's a hole in the ground, and you're just heading down into a mountain or down a hole. So a lot of the comments are, yeah, but now you've got to get out of there.
Yeah.
So I think that's the mindset. People watch it and it's like, oh, they're just descending into the ground.
I've had a great idea for a segment. Can we go through the comments and find the funniest ones?
Yeah.
That's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, what can we call this segment? Going viral. You join in, Jono.
I'm looking.
Yeah, but the segment, you need to do segment idea name ideas.
What are you saying?
We need a name for this segment so that Doug can do a jazzy jingle and
Oh,
Sam Warper can do a jingle, and then we're mining for content.
you're good.
That's nice.
Did you hear that?
Mining for comment gold. Comment gold. That's quite nice. It was not. There's our answer. Okay. Right,
a lot
I
of
found
people
it.
are concerned about it being a lead mine as well in the comments,
Yeah.
that it's harmful.
Yeah.
But Anne, our guide,
Mm.
assured us that lead only becomes harmful during the process of processing it, I think.
Yeah.
And it as a raw
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he said that
material,
without it
was
being,
of no
yeah.
issue.
I love
Interesting.
the fact that Matt's comment is the top and you've pinned it. It's so cool.
It's had 50,000 likes as a comment. Go and read it out.
That's what being a poo must feel like. It's solid, isn't
It's
it?
true, yeah. We are riding down an intestine.
How do you get back to the surface? We need answers. Yeah, it's really interesting what people.
I think that's
Get
why it
stuck
went
on.
well as a vid. It was seeing those sort of comments. Like I said, you would just assume we're just descending down into the depths. But
I
there's an
guess
exit.
so. Hey,
There is
yeah.
an exit.
Oh, these are the tunnels of Nope Mountain. Come on,
that
go
one?
through. Yeah, they're so good. There's something about comments. It's like Mimi, isn't it?
A lot of people commented this. There's one that says, "Is no one going to talk about the eye in the very beginning of the video when it's still dark in the tunnel? It looks like there's something looking at them. I rewatched it 10 times and that definitely looks like a set of eyes in the dark."
Does
I
it?
watched that come up and I was like looking for it for so long.
And it isn't
I
there.
couldn't see it. So he got me. Maybe that's why he did it.
Is that why they get that's the comment at the top? Because then everyone replies to it and then it becomes the top comment and they get the most
Maybe.
likes. But then why would you want that? I don't understand what we're collecting these things for unless they're going
Ants on their way to work.
That's
a
quite good.
one.
That's quite good.
Mine don't rank in like.
Nah, mine neither. I like the
The
one.
dwarves dug too greedily and too deep for Mithril and disturbed a demon of great power, a Bullrog, which destroyed their kingdom. Full stop.
I feel like I hit my head 100 times in this video.
We did as well. Yeah. I think places like that trail, there should be a list of mandatory things for mountain bikers to do. I think that should be on it.
Nice.
I think the Mega Avalanche should be on it.
Oh, I haven't done it.
I think that should be mandatory.
Is this you starting a campaign to get
There's
me
just
on
some things that are
it? The Mega.
they're just really good experiences. Riding through a hole in the ground
That was cool,
is
wasn't it?
definitely one.
So, right, so you'd put that up there. That's cool that you'd put that up there with your Mega experience. What else?
Where else can you do that to that level and scale? There's a lot of dirt that you ride down. There's a lot of scenery that you see. But there's also a lot of similarities. But that is a standalone, obscure, very rewarding
You've
thing.
actually ticked off a lot. You've been a rampage digger. You've raced World Cups. Not in no particular order, just as they come to my head. You've done... actually, that's one of my favourite memories from this year was you coming to Guanajuato for the
Street
Cerebro.
race.
That was so cool having
I
you there.
loved it.
That was really brilliant, wasn't
Yeah.
it? It was. I loved it. It was so cool having...
If the organisers are watching, I'd love to do it again, please, because it was great. You're riding through people's houses that one of your best mates has built.
It was a mega year, wasn't it? And then explain
and
what it was like.
Ollie builds the course with some other legends and also tests it. So you know it's sound by the time you get there, but to turn up as his buddy and get to walk the track with you and be like, how'd you do this? How'd you do this? How does this work? What's that like? Like the one out of that living room.
Oh, mate.
Like it was so narrow. It was a little wider than a set of bars, but you had to turn and pedal wheelie off this drop. That was the toughest thing on the track for me, 100%. But you had done it a few days before to test it, and they had a door frame still in that you then had to remove because it was so narrow. The idea
But
that
you're being really
like
kind. Okay, so you're being really nice.
I know
about
you're going to
it.
defend yourself, but that's a big deal.
Okay, but
Testing things is really tough.
yeah, agreed. But I have the pressure is different for me than it is for you. And like actually you turning up really made me realise that. It was like seeing you and seeing how, because it's so overwhelming, isn't it? You just bomb to the top in the back of a pickup, you've got your helmet with you and you've just got to walk down this street.
Yeah.
And then next lap of it, you're going back up and you start riding it. I had each individual feature separately. I've got people around me to stop cars and, well, you had that as well, but I mean, what I mean is, I think...
It is overwhelming.
Yeah, really overwhelming.
A normal race venue,
yeah,
on practice days, even at World Cups and big events, there's not really anyone about between the start hut, other than filmers and photographers and marshals. Between the start and the finish, there's no one else, really.
Yeah.
There might be some people on teams that like film lines and things. It's quite a quiet thing. These street races, it's full of residents, you know, that are loving it. They all actually do love it, don't they? Watching
big
and
time,
things.
yeah.
And that's constantly there. There's no race tape.
Yeah.
There's no... So you don't have those sort of track limits that you're not interested in anything beyond the tapes. You're like... There's just street turnings everywhere. There's so much going on. So it's quite easy to overlook what the actual job of the weekend is, which is to ride the track between two walls.
I think you did brilliant. First one, I think it'd be the hardest thing to come into and like knock out of the park first time. Do you know what I mean? Like
setup's wild.
Yeah, okay. So
Rid of my whole life on dirt, where your tyres, your knobs of your tyres actually go in the ground and work. And suddenly you've got, like, riding downstairs is bizarre, because if you've got a kink in the stairs and you need to turn, your whole life you turn and push against the dirt, which turns you. But on a set of stairs, your tyres only touch the floor for 1 or 2 millimetres every 12 inches, right?
Yeah.
And you can't turn on thin air, so you can only apply the turning forces, if you like, to that 1 or 2 millimetres every 12 inches.
So you get that crabbing sensation.
So you can't turn properly.
Yeah.
And what's worse is, if you turn on stairs, naturally your tyre wants to square up perpendicular to the stair. So you're trying to turn down them, and every single one that you hit's trying to straighten you up. You know that feeling?
Yeah,
so that's so weird. And then you just drift. And when it gets bad is when it starts to go out of shape. I actually didn't crash while I was there, I don't think. But what I've noticed is watching the live feeds and watching other riders is when it starts to go wrong, it's normally a big crash.
Yeah.
There's no like drift and then you settle. If it's concrete or tarmac, normally a drift is a crash, because it doesn't like bite. It's just gone. And the stairs, people that crash and like start to go weird on the stairs crash. It's just like high.
And the crashes are
risks,
just so
like,
unforgiving,
suck,
aren't they?
yeah.
So
There's
unforgiving.
edges and
You'd like to do more though?
yeah.
I'd love you
when
to do
can
more.
you go to a country like that or a place like that?
Dude, yeah.
Like, yeah. So we were talking about mandatory things, weren't we? It's probably hard for people outside of that event to go and ride down the streets of a South American town.
But we're talking about...
But in terms of
obviously,
things that are accessible.
Okay, so in terms of other
Slovenian
things...
mine.
Yeah.
With Anne, a mountain bike nomad.
What about Hardline?
Mega Avalanche. Oh, Tasmania's coming up. The Hardline in Tasmania.
Yeah, I just want you to talk about Hardline, because I think it's... Having you at Hardline is like... I think probably everyone listening would agree. It's like having a mate there that can tell you what it's really like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what your videos are to me. It's like, oh yes, Jono's at Hardline. Your content. If you think about this year
was tough because I presented last year because I hurt my ankle and couldn't ride. I was worried that then I wouldn't be in the mix for this year after having a year out because I'm not racing as keenly, let's say. But they allow me back to present again and ride. It was so hard.
Yeah.
Because everyone's practicing and you've got to talk about what they're doing and practicing down with a proper camera crew. And then they're like, oh yeah, we'll change lens if you want to go and do a bit. You're like, it's such a big deal. That's like the scariest thing I'll ever do on a bike. Scariest competition, most overwhelming thing. And then it's like, oh yeah, go on and then do your jumps.
Yeah.
So that was tough. But then my brother was there. And we did the big
Mate, I love
100
that clip of
footers.
you two.
Oh,
I love that
That's
clip.
top moment for me on a bike ever, I think.
Mate, wicked, really.
Ever.
Right, talk me through it then. So
well, we don't ride together that much. It's completely different disciplines. When I'm free, he's not always. I don't dirt jump much anymore. That's what he does, you know what I mean? I don't enjoy skate parks like he does. So we'll do bike park days, which are great, but we sort of do them a lot. So then to have him there at something that's already, like I said, overwhelming and scary, it's his first time. That's a big deal. People who haven't been to these competitions before, your first one is way different because there's a lot of stuff between the big jumps. We say features all the time, but there's loads between them that gets overlooked. That's really tough. And they have sort of smoothed some of that out over the years to generate more speed, to make jumps bigger and things like that. But because they get overlooked, they also get overlooked by the riders that have been there before, and they just focus on the jumps. So then you get newcomers come along. Day one is normally walk the track and then drive up to the big road gap and ride from the landing down. So don't do the road gap.
Yeah.
And then you get into the bottom field jumps. They're big jumps, already, especially the last one. But there's some of the most technical bits of the course getting between that road gap landing and the field jumps. So everyone who's ridden before knows the line through the rock gardens. They do all of that. They do the field jumps, and then they're like, right, do you guys want to go up further and we'll session further up? And you've got people like my brother that are still stood in the rock garden like, well, hang on. I don't know the way through this. It's really tough. It's really sketchy. It's like a big drop to flat coming out of it. And if you don't know the lines in the rocks, you're not square to go off that. And you can't really go off it. If you mess the rocks up, you almost have to stop. And I went up and did another lap, and he was like in there with 2 or 3 others that hadn't been before. Oh, Kyle really? Straight was one actually. And they're like, everyone's rushing off. We haven't even got to the jumps at the bottom yet. But we can't get off this drop because we don't know this bit. So I think that's definitely overlooked, and it shows what an advantage being there 2nd, 3rd, 4th years is.
You don't have to learn those things, so you can focus on actually going quick, or you can focus on other features that are new.
It's more of the focus thing. Your muscle memory gets you through those bits, and then
right.
Like you see when Bernard's obviously very fast there, and he pushes down off the jumps and he races the jumps because they're not big new things to him anymore.
Yeah.
He's been there enough that it's now like, how do I actually save time?
Well, I mean,
did Jackson not win on his first visit this year? Correct me if I'm wrong. I remember that was a stat
Jackson
when I was presenting, which was everyone was shocked about. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. So, well, actually, when you think about it, why is Bernard so good there?
So brave.
The reason is
obviously a great downhill racer. He tests the jumps. You know, going back to you testing the street races and things.
Yeah,
there's something to be said for that. G's done it historically, but has been injured the last few times. So Bernard's signed up to test new things, like the new drop after the metal ramp that was new. It was actually new 2 years ago.
Yeah,
but he went up prior to the event to check it was all good. I think Chaos helps as well with the on-off this year. Last year was new, excuse me.
Yeah, because Dan
before
nailed
the
himself,
100 footers.
Bernard...
Dan had a crash testing it, and then Bernard went up, tested the new second one, which he broke his wheel on.
Yeah.
No wheel would have survived that, by the way. He came down from a block of flats.
So you think what do you think it is? Like, all of those things added together give you confidence, which then means...
From a results perspective, what gets you to the top to win?
Yeah, what's advantageous about... I guess what I mean is there's lots of fast people there.
Yeah. You got to hang it out on the bits between that get overlooked, because within reason, anyone hitting a big jump will hit it at a similar speed.
Yeah.
Because the speed's the speed. Now, I contradict myself before because I said that Bernard and people push down off the road gap. Like, he'll put in some big pedal strokes on that big wooden road gap and squash it.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm not pedaling on that wood. No way, because the idea of slipping a pedal or your chain locking or something, like, I'm not going to risk that. So they make differences there, but it's got to be the downhilly bits between. So there's no, G, Bernard, Jackson are all top of their game at downhill. And they win.
Yeah.
Slopestyle riders are really good at jumps and they don't win. So
going back to, what about your twin brother slopestyle rider who's stuck in a rock garden? What do you do in that situation?
I actually helped him and I really enjoyed it.
Wicked.
So I rode the whole of practice with him through that bit, and then we did the jumps at the bottom together, which was mint. And then comes the big ones that a day later. I missed the middle part of the track in practice because we were doing the presenting stuff. It got down to the 100 footers, which is actually the only part of the course I'd never done. It was new the year I was injured. So that was a big deal for me, and that's what I was very scared of. And Matt had been through the on-off. He was one of the first people to do it.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah. Which was, I didn't follow anyone. And I'm watching, like, microphone in hand, having to present what he's doing.
That's
really nervous.
Yeah.
Because we don't see each other do scary things in real life very often.
Yeah.
And he did it perfect. He then pushed up and did the first big one. And I said to the guys, do you mind if I ride this? And then went through it with them, following him.
So you rush off and you have to get into kit, or you're already in kit? Or
in kit, but hadn't ridden that day. So that's all I did that day was the on-off, and then right the way through, I believe.
I think that's one of the things that probably you don't get when you watch these things, is that there's no warm-up. There's really rarely anything you can warm up on, really, ever. I mean, even on a micro scale, just to our silly day that we've had today. Yeah. When you actually think about it, you're like, because I did actually think about it today.
Yeah, I felt like we hadn't done anything. We even took off the ground and we're at this canyon thing.
Yeah, we'd ridden straight to a jump, so there's no warm-up. Yeah, I think that must be the hardest thing.
It's cool that it's there.
Yeah.
With riding. Like, we've done it enough that even if you don't feel warmed up, we can still jump that.
Yeah. And the same for hardline. It's like, I guess you'd consider the bottom bit as the closest thing to a warm-up from that landing. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. It's got those turns, hasn't it? So you come off the landing out the berm. I mean, I've never been there, but I know.
Little step on, step off.
Step on, step off.
Then you're into the rocks.
Rocks, and then left, right.
Traverse. No, the left, right's up before the road gap, before the main rock garden that you're talking about. They're sick corners.
Maybe, I'm getting confused, aren't I? Yeah.
That's before a rock garden above the road gap.
No, I'm not getting confused. The bit I know the left. I'm not talking about those ones. I know what you're on about. Yeah. After the right hand berm, there's just those turns. So I guess they're like
left, right, and then into the rocks.
Yeah. I guess they give you an opportunity to
rocks and horrible stuff in there.
Really, yeah.
Doesn't deal with the wet well, that venue.
Right.
The dirt's quite sticky in a bad way, so your tyres clog up and then they don't work on the rocks. But because I wasn't meant to race this year, I could set my bike up completely different. It was so stiff because I knew I didn't have to focus on any of the techie bits.
Right.
So it was just like set up to jump.
Okay. So race run, it would be completely different. You'd be trying to go quick in all of the other bits.
Yeah. But having it stiff was amazing because it doesn't deform on the big lips and big landings. And it doesn't bottom out as much.
Yeah.
Because it's bottoming out when stuff gets harsh, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool. But Matt did amazing. Yeah, that's the biggest moment for me ever, following him through there.
It's so cool to watch as well.
Yeah. And then the Tasmania one's coming.
You going out to it?
No. No, yeah, I'm not.
No.
I'd have liked to, but I'm not.
Long way Tasmania, from
Yeah,
England.
It's like 20. Is it more than 24 hours?
Where did you fly? I don't even know. I don't know what the route would be. Singapore,
Where are you going?
then Australia, Tasmania. Yeah,
Yeah, through Melbourne to Tasmania, I think, or something like that. Usually,
is it?
probably Singapore, Dubai, or is that big all the way to Perth?
I'm really intrigued. I really want to know what they're going to build. It's so interesting.
There's videos on it, I think. Win Masters went and walked it, some of it.
But it's not
Looks
like
enormous.
it's not finished, is it?
No, I don't believe so. One of the diggers from Dovies, I think, working on it. Simo, who digs, he's like a machine driver and stuff.
Oh, cool.
At Dovies gone home because he's from Tassie,
Yeah.
and now he's working on building that course.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wicked! That's very cool. There's the link.
Yeah.
I mean,
Be
what
in
an
good
amazing.
hands.
When you think about what the Aftons have done with it, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. They won an award recently, didn't they, for like progression in the sport, I think.
Did they?
At the MBUK thing. Am I right there?
Funny old family business. Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, you got a bit of a family business. You, Rod, it kind of goes back to Davey's question about you, Rod, you and Matt and...
Yeah, come on, segue
Ben.
back.
No, it is. Well, I'm going to get more questions for you now. One of them was... do you want me to do... You enjoyed the interview voice, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You did quite like it, didn't you? It
Yeah,
put you
yeah.
at ease. Does he have a career in commentating? He's done some Red Bull stuff. But it's never found its way on air. Oh, yeah. What happened to... You were doing on-site commentary at Hardline, weren't you? Now we're on Hardline anyway. Sort of.
Actual commentating,
Yeah.
not presenting.
You were doing live stuff, weren't you? On-site live.
Yeah. So the presenting stuff
That's what it is.
with UMTV is for the Red Bull daily shows
Yeah.
covering the race. But yeah, last year, bad weather was coming in.
Yeah.
One of the commentators that was going to do it with Rob couldn't make it. And they asked if I'd said I'd do it with him on qualifying day.
Yeah.
But there was a really high chance that the qualifying race would be the main race. Then I'd have to cancel
Got
it.
you,
So we had to commentate it like it was the finals. And then they'd wait and see whether they were going to use it or not.
How nerve-wracking was it? I mean, how good is Rob
It's
as well?
unbelievable how good he is. There's so much going on. I just thought you have a telly in front of you and you're watching what the viewers at home are seeing and you just talk about it. And the premise of it is that is exactly what's going on. There's also a screen with words prompting things coming up. There's people in your ear that are talking and telling you to mention this or not mention that. There's the time to talk about the racing. So Rob's role is commentator and hype man, and then it works best when he's got like someone who's more analytical with him, so he can refer. So for me, it was someone that had raced it before.
So you're the expert
you almost have a job.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the lead or whatever.
But I had to take the earpiece out pretty much because it's like so much going on. In fact, I didn't. I think he like turned it off for me to make me feel more at ease, and he just monitored all of that. But I can't. He's like, I couldn't believe it. I said to him after, this is way beyond anything I thought was required, and he is the god.
It's really cool, that, isn't it? Like,
I was
realise
in awe.
Yeah, because I can picture you doing really well, but there's a lot more to it, I think, isn't there?
I'd absolutely love to do that sort of thing.
Would you?
Yeah, but just I'm sure a lot of people would. I think you'd be terrific at it as well.
I think you'd be terrific at it.
Thanks.
Are we going to go live, by the way, and get your questions? Should we do a live question time?
Is there more from Davey?
I don't know if there is. I just think we should do a live question time anyway.
How do you go live on Insta?
I think you go...
Do you like do it as a story?
No, you just go the plus button and then live. I'm really excited about you going live. I know it doesn't make the best audio, to be honest. Yeah, you just press that, yeah.
Oh,
okay, everyone listening is going to have to deal with us doing another intro, but...
You're now live.
Am I live now?
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's watching.
Well, should we wait till they watch? What shall I do in the meantime? Ooh, this is a really tough listen. Shall I sing? Do you think that's a good filler, just to sing?
Can you flip the camera?
Yeah, the arrows button.
Arrows button.
But you have to ask permission first if Naomi
I see.
minds you being on live.
We're live.
We're live. We're actually live as well.
There's
But
a lot of cameras.
Except that's going to be in the past. How many people are there? Loads of people there.
60,000.
Okay, are you pointing at me?
Guys, we're live doing a podcast, but we've dried up, and Ollie and I are looking for some questions. So we need questions to jump into here, please. Davey's already commentating.
Can I take the live?
Commenting, yeah.
We've completely dried up, honestly, because we've been with each other all day. And, yeah, it's really... okay, this is what happens when I go live. I find it really hard to read and talk at the same time, which is probably an indicator that I wouldn't
I'll tell you what. Let me ask you
What are the
questions.
chances? No, because they're questions for you, dude. What are the chances that Leo can get a signed helmet or top? It's always going to be questions like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'd be rude for Ollie to refuse that. So send it over, Ollie.
All right, done. Favourite UK trails from John Kerr, MTB?
Lovey Dovey at Dovey Bike Park, or some of the ones at Kaisus.
Nice. Locklier, what's your most terrifying trick? I'm interested with that, actually, yeah.
I don't have many.
Do you not know?
I used to like a no-foot can. I'd like to do them again.
Okay, cool.
Are you filming me or you?
Reading. No, I'm filming you. I'm filming you. Is your tolerance to risk the same with bikes as it is in the banking system? From Jacob Gibbons.
Hi, Milky. Yes.
There you go. That's all you get. That's all you get. When you come into... I think this is quite a hard section, isn't it? I'm enjoying it, but...
Let me ask you some.
Who can eat more hot dogs, Ollie or Jono? Okay.
Questions for Ollie now. This is really helping, guys. Thank you. Best bike brand would be Propane.
I just get scared by silence, eh?
Snack or pub lunch? Can't they be the same?
Snack, I would choose snack because I don't like sitting down in the rigmarole. We talked about that earlier, didn't we? Yeah.
Carlos, when are you coming to north of Portugal? We need to add that to the list. Should we do that?
Yeah, I want to go Sintra. I've heard Sintra's like mainland Madeira. Really good riding, apparently.
Okay.
Sintra?
What's your favourite trick?
My favourite trick? A whip or a 360.
Charlie Barley, what's your favourite rider?
Jono Jones at
Who's
this
it
precise
actually?
moment. God, who is my favourite rider? It's a really
Mine
good...
right now is Cade Edwards.
Yeah.
I followed him at Dovey the other day and it's bizarre. Like he does things that are like world's first but as a joke on
He's
a bike.
so good, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like painfully good, eh?
Who's taller, Matt or Jono? I am.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By how much?
An inch, I reckon.
We can got an inch on him. How tall are you?
6 foot. I'm not really. 5'11 and a half.
Are you actually?
Mummy Chubb, these are boring. Do your flaring nostrils. No, are we done?
Do the flaring nostrils one. I want to do it.
I don't know if it's from Jacob Gibbons. Do your flaring nostrils give you an advantage in both flights and bike races? Oh, fights, not flights. I don't understand the question.
Jacob, that's such a poor question. Do
Do
you think the live feed's over?
Yeah, it's hard to read them all.
See, we can't actually do an Instagram live and a podcast at the same time. We're doomed when it comes to commentary.
We're done.
We're done?
Guys, thank you for joining us. That was really helpful.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. But not you, listening. Well, maybe you.
I don't think I ended it.
Did you not?
I did now. Did that work? Was that useful, guys?
That was really good. It was a great section. I think Doug and Naomi can do all sorts of like animations and stuff. They kill it. They do like all different animations, all these different... Right. What's coming up this year? What are you doing different? Because you know what I'm trying
2023, I managed to do less racing of series and more racing that was like standalone and different. Urban Downhill was one. Mega Avalanche is big standalone mass start race. Hardline, want to do again. the Wales one. I think it'll be a similar year, to be honest. What I do really want to do is race a World Cup downhill again, and I haven't done for years. I think it would take... You had Johnny on, didn't you, actually, Fit for Racing?
Yep.
Johnny, I want to do World Cups again. Help me. But yeah.
I like it. I really love the idea of racing again, yeah.
That's where the buzz has become this year, isn't it? I think everyone would agree that... Well, I don't know. I don't know if you agree, but it feels like Enduro's buzz has moved back to downhill a little bit.
Interesting, yeah. You love EWS as well, EDR as well, right?
Yeah, I do.
It doesn't feel right calling it EDR.
No, it's always
I'm
been
not
EWS
used to it yet.
I do, yeah. I just think downhill just looks really fun at the moment. And some of the tracks have been rad this year. Ludenville looked really good. The new French one and all the steep bit at the end.
What will have
changed? That's how I always did that. It was always a bit of a weird punt doing enduro. And I've had a lot of fun doing it. Which started from doing Madeira, Trans Madeira. Gave me the buzz for racing an enduro bike. That was my first time really doing that.
See, how do you get into downhill where you live?
I know.
Where you live. Like, honestly, it's so difficult to... I mean, I've got small hills here. You've got...
15 seconds.
It's literally 15 seconds.
It'd be 5 turns. Or a couple of jumps.
So did you always used to just travel really far?
No. Just learnt there. But... if you had a 4-minute chair-lifted,
let's say you
downhill run.
You grew up in Fort William.
Yeah. You'd do run after run after run. You'd be fit. You probably wouldn't get arm pump. But if you hit a corner and didn't get it great, you'd carry on. You'd then have another 3 minutes of track to forget about that corner, and then you'd get back on the gondola and head up.
Yeah, good point.
Whereas I always think, because I think I've been asked this before, if you grow up somewhere where you've got a tiny little hill and you just make a few corners, which is exactly what we did, if you mess one up, you're a 20-second walk from the start to do it again and do it again and do it again. I think that made me especially a perfectionist with cornering and jumping, which is what biking is, isn't it?
There you go. Keys to success. I completely agree. I actually do completely agree, yeah.
You just go and go and go until you're better and better and better. There's no sort of meandering. Because
often I think when people talk about hardtail, you talk about the skills you learn on a hardtail, but often it's because of the format. Like if you were doing Fort William on a hardtail, all right, it's not suited, but like really exactly what you say, like it's actually the repetition, not necessarily the bike. That teaches you it all. It's like doing it over and over and over again, the same thing.
Yeah, everyone always said that when I started. Start on a hardtail, you'll learn much more, loads more.
You did on a hardtail though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-cross it was for me. Same as you, right?
Yeah, 4-cross. Yeah.
But I don't know what more you learn. It's not like
I mean, you see bikes now for kids. It's like really gnarly kids' bikes now, aren't there?
Yeah.
Don't know if I'd
it's repetition, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's what teaches you.
Dude, have we run out of steam? I think we have.
What time?
It's been absolutely fantastic. We've done really well. I reckon to do all day with each other and then do a podcast. You have to. That is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
And especially as a friend,
into it that way. I think it's because we spoke all day, and I was like, we've scraped the barrel.
No, I don't think it was barrel scrapey. Was it all right? There we go. We got reaction from in the room. Yeah, okay. It was all right. It turns out it was all right. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you're doing that you want to... Obviously, the latest YouTube video that we filmed today.
Christmas shopping. Did it on Christmas Eve last year.
Yeah.
A reminder to all you men, get out there.
Where specifically?
Which shops?
Yeah, it's just sort of like a way you could plug your sponsors if you wanted. I'm just being kind.
It's all right.
All right. No worries, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for listening. Peace and love. Like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
We really enjoyed it, didn't we? Hey, if you want to click for more here.
Yeah, and even more down there.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe.
Peace and love.
Like and subscribe.